Close your eyes and imagine the smell. Damp earth, wood smoke, and something sharper underneath it all, like bruised leaves and boiled roots. Between 1914 and 1918, that smell was medicine, not the antiseptic gleam of a hospital ward, just a woman's hands pressing calendula petals into cloth, murmuring something her own mother had taught her, hoping it would be enough. When the First World War severed global trade routes overnight, governments discovered a terrifying truth. The modern world had forgotten how to heal itself the old way. Aspirin came from Germany. Morphine required complex international supply chains. Britain's Board of Agriculture scrambled to respond, and their answer was the garden. Women's institutes and school children stripped hedgerows of elderflower and comfrey. Over 500 tons of medicinal plants were collected in Britain alone in 1917. What had been dismissed as old wives' remedies were suddenly being shipped to field hospitals where army surgeons used them because there was nothing else. Calendula, the blazing pot marigold, was worth its weight in morphine for wound care. Wartime healers prepared it as an infused oil, warming flower heads in lard or olive oil, then combining the result with beeswax into a salve. Applied to burns, ulcers, and infected wounds, it inhibited bacterial growth and encouraged new skin. Modern research has since confirmed what those women already knew. Calendula contains flavonoids and triterpenoids that are genuinely antimicrobial. They were practicing biochemistry without the vocabulary for it. Comfrey, known for centuries as knit bone, contained allantoin, a compound that stimulates cell proliferation and accelerates the repair of torn muscle, damaged tendons, and fractured bone. Healers crushed fresh leaves, bound them directly to injuries, and within days patients reported measurable reductions in swelling and pain. Garlic, meanwhile, crossed completely from kitchen to clinic. British medical officers requested it in bulk, expressing the juice and applying it on swabs of sphagnum moss to prevent the gangrene, killing men by the thousands. The chemistry is now fully understood. Allicin, released when garlic is crushed, is a legitimate broad-spectrum antimicrobial. The mothers who packed it onto wounds were not practicing superstition. They were right. The challenge was not growing the plants. It was preserving them. The oxymel, equal parts raw apple cider vinegar and raw honey combined with a herb of your choice and steeped for 4 to 6 weeks, solved this elegantly. The vinegar extracted plant compounds. The honey prevented spoilage and made the preparation palatable. Garlic oxymels fought infection. Elderberry oxymels supported respiratory illness. Thyme offered genuine antimicrobial activity against respiratory pathogens. These were not complex preparations. They required a jar, cloth, patience, and the willingness to plan ahead by a month. The plants are still here. Calendula still grows in the worst soil you can find. Comfrey still spreads along every damp hedgerow. Dandelion, richer in vitamin A than carrots and calcium than milk, still pushes through every crack in every pavement. They have not forgotten what they are for. The question is only whether we remember what to do with them. The garden does not ask whether the times are hard, it only asks to be planted. Whatever the future brings, the person who knows these plants carries something that cannot be rationed or sold out. They carry the living knowledge of how to care for themselves and the people around them when the usual systems fail. That is not a small thing. That is, perhaps, the most important fieldcraft there is. If this episode gave you something, share it. Subscribe to Fieldcraft Chronicles and pass this on to anyone who values history, self-reliance, and the art of survival. We will see you next time out in the field.